Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Today, my group and I will be presenting on the function of human resources and the aspects that are involved in the function of human resources. What are human resources? Human resources are the people that are employed within a certain company or organization, along with the department that is responsible for managing these employees. So, what is the main function of this department? The main function of this department is recruiting and staffing the best applicants who can work well with the existing team of workers in the company. Also, they deal with the compensation, benefits, training, law compliance, employee relations, and organization development. Hence, the HR department is responsible for the company maintaining a competitive edge over other companies. The HR department also have what's called a line manager. The line manager is responsible for setting certain goals and objectives that the team have to accomplish by a certain time. In a certain time period, it has to be realistic and achievable. Doing this will boost and have a better reflection on the annual report. And having a better annual report will boost the confidence of the stakeholders and also attract more investors to the company. Therefore, the main purpose and objective of the human resources are to make the company operate better and more efficiently, as the employees will work well together to complement each other, which will make the company more competitive and boost its revenue.
Hi, my name is Bim, and I will be with my HR living model, internal structure, and relation with the organization. An instant flexible model was introduced in 1968, which is a technique used to improve work efficiency, which is based on three different flexibility, which is functional, financial, and numerical. Functional flexibility is when the workers are related or even as responsibility. The workers are given further training and reevaluation on their payment. Financial flexibility is when the demand of the labor decreases, which ends up terminating some of the employer's contract. Numerical flexibility is when the demand of the labor increases in the market during the period of summer, Christmas, or New Year, which ends up for the organization to hire employees on a temporary basis. E-concept of recruitment and selection. Recruitment situation takes place when the organization is introducing a new position, replacement, or temporarily. Selection process is when, while selecting individuals as suitable for the job description, employees review the CV, which has the basic information such as name, address, and qualification, and cover letter, which states reason why individual is applying and the suitability towards the job description. Individuals are selected and invited for interviews based on information which was submitted during early process of recruitment. Employers can ask for telephone interview or face-to-face. After interview, employers will discuss and choose candidates wisely, which are suitable according to job description. After selection, chosen candidates are invited to induction day, where the company will introduce themselves, and they will provide information such as when will they get paid, or customer service, or further training. For example, British Airways has a selection process which is complete online application screening, which can be self-built, invited to the assessment center, where role plays, group exercises, and individual tests will take place. Finally, an offer is placed to the candidates who were successful. Then, pre-employment checks are done, which include security, 5-year employment checks, medical checks, and uniform fitting. The final step for the process is attending cabin crew new entrant training. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Wugiato, and today I am going to talk about the best practice for recruitment. In Any HR organization, here are some of the best practice that they need to consider when recruiting candidates. Number one, they need to decide forehead. In other words, that's part of planning. They need to plan on how many candidates they're going to be recruiting. They need to know how many money is available, and also they need to know what activities they need to provide for these candidates. Number two, which is training. So training is essential in any part of the HR organization. They need to think about what kind of training that they will provide for these candidates. Reviewing the job description. Reviewing the job description should be presented in a concise and positive way. HR needs to review existing job description in order to ensure that they are accurate and reflect the job requirements. The person specification. In terms of the person specification, which is one of the central tool of the recruitment and the selection process. So getting this document right is one of the most important role. It should be up to date and well understood. Advertising. Job advertising can be put on social medias. They can be put on their website so that candidates can see what this job what job is available in this organization. For example, British Airways, they put their vacancies on Facebook, they put their vacancies on their website, and they also go to schools, they also go to colleges, they provide internship, which makes them marketing their vacancy to candidates out there so that they can apply. And pre-employment check. The pre-employment check, this is a vital role in recruitment and the selection process. So employer or HR, they need to make sure that they carry out this check on this candidate. They need to check for medical clearances, and they need to check for evidence for the right to work in the UK. So these are all part of the best practice for recruitment. And also in terms of marketing is also part of the advertisement. So marketing should be put on websites, journals, it could be on any magazine. So that's by doing that, that's attracts these candidates out there. So these are all some of the best practice for the recruitment process. Using marketing strategies. For example, British Airways, they use one of their marketing strategy, which is they create a video tutorial for candidates in order to get them interested. In this video, they show background of the company, they show different departments, they show opportunities, and also they show the benefit that is available when working with them. So by doing this, they marketing their job vacancies to these candidates to get them interested about the job. Feedback on successful candidates. HR needs to think about what feedback they need to give to these candidates on their performances. They need to be positive. They need to be encouraging. There shouldn't be any discriminating act. They need to be brave and concise. Thank you very much.
I will be talking about selection of a job candidate. Selecting a person for a job is a process of interviewing and assessing the person for the job. For example, the company will look at the candidate's skills and qualities which they needed for the job. For example, communication skills, a bit of knowledge of the company, leadership qualities, and time management. One of the main reasons to select a person for the job is the ability to work in a professional manner. For example, behaviors and respect is one of the most important things in the company. They will be assessed through communication and listening skills in the interview. Selecting process will also be based on per person job experience. For example, a main job experience will impress the company. It will give the candidate a chance to be selected for the interview. For example, most of the company needs job experience with a 5-year reference. Therefore, 80% of the airline and airport industry needs 5-year reference, which is very important for the company. And the final process will be assessment center, which all the candidates will be put in a group and will be assessed through scenarios and different role plays. At the last, all the candidates will be taking a screening test. Screening test question will be about their company, and a maths and English question, and health and safety. These are the selecting process for the company interview.
My name is Rachel, and I'll be talking about equality and diversity in recruitment and selection. Diversity can be described as the uniqueness of each individual. Characteristics include the background, their age, their sexual orientation, their ethnicity, their gender, or their marriage preferences. As an organization, it's important to take into consideration these differences if they need to thrive. It's also important for an organization to recruit from a wider pool of applicants, as this helps them gain the required candidates that they desire. Being open to a wider pool of applicants helps the organization to overcome differences such as recruitment problems, as well as improve on their absences and disciplinary actions. A company's image also improves when it's seen and believed that it does promote equality and diversity in their workplaces, as well as in their recruitment selection. Let's take, for example, Emirates Airline. Emirates ensures they hire candidates from all over the world. So their candidates are from the United Kingdom, the USA, Africa, Middle East, Asia, everywhere. They give candidates a fair chance at the job opportunities that they do advertise on their websites. This shows that they have equality as well as diversity within their human resource team. However, many years ago, there was a lot of discrimination in workplaces as well as in recruitment, which led to the UK government coming up with an act called the Equality Act. This act was brought into place to ensure fairness and good treatment of applicants during their recruitment process as well as in their workplaces. So ultimately, it will be in favor for the company to have a human resource team, as this is the team that will ensure such policies are enforced when hiring candidates, as well as throughout their process in the company.
Hi, my name is Abin, and I will be talking about ethical consideration in recruitment and selection process. Main aspects of ethics are fairness, well-being, democracy, and good character. Ethical consideration during recruitment does not usually involve legal aspects, but when ethical codes are taken into consideration, it makes sure that there is no discrimination in selection process. It's important for organizations to undertake their business in according to the ethical code so that their financial, social, and environmental impacts take human rights into account. There are specific ethical codes that applies to employers and job applicants. For job applicants, be responsible for providing accuracy information and education and employment history verification from the previous employer. For employers, all the applicants must be treated equally. There should not be any discrimination based on age, race, sexual orientation, and the employer must only rely on personal specification for the position during the recruitment selection decision. Other ethical codes that applies to employer and organization are ensuring the advertising for selection process in an honest and fair. Also, they should use the same criteria of selection for all the applicants. And lastly, about all to maintain confidentiality during the process. Therefore, the personnel who conduct the recruitment and selection process must follow a set of guide standard for their decision making, such as framework legislation according to the industry. The employees and organizations should also promote the ethical practice at workplace. This can be achieved by making a set of rules of code of ethical principles that everyone needs to follow, also by being aware of the changing situation in workplace and effectively handling any unethical situation. Thus, ethical consideration is very important in recruitment and selection process. Thank you.
In conclusion, human resources is vital for any company or organization to properly function. Human resources consists of the people employed in a company along with the department that is responsible for managing the employees. Therefore, human resource management is vital as it deals with the recruitment of the best candidates and to set certain targets for the team to reach to boost revenue and have a competitive edge. HR incorporates diversity, equality, and ethical consideration in the selection process. So there is a wide variety of different employees with different backgrounds that can complement each other.